न तदस्ति पृथिव्यां वा दिवि देवेषु वा पुनः सत्वं प्रकृतिर्जैव मुक्तं यदेभिः स्यात् त्रिभिर्गुणैः. Hello friends, this is the 40th Shloka of the 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and today we will understand this Shloka in detail. So let's first go over its meaning. So the Shloka says, Na tadasti prathivyam va, which means there is no one on earth or divi deveshu va punaha, which means sky or among celestials, sattvam prakriti jair muktam, which means manifested by nature, free, yadebhi syata tribhir gune, which means from incidental dependence on the three qualities. So over here Shri Krishna is now saying that there is no one either on this earth or in the sky or among the celestials who are free from the influence of the three qualities of nature. So basically whatever has manifested into existence is not free from the influence of the three qualities of nature, is what Shri Krishna is saying over here. So basically what we have to understand over here is that whenever something manifests, it could be an entity or it could be an idea or it could be any other thing, whatever comes into manifestation in this nature will basically be interacting with this nature because it has manifested, which means it has become separate from the unity which is present in this entire creation. So whenever something manifests, it will basically interact with the rest of the nature, and when it will interact with the rest of the nature, then it can only interact in three modes, which are basically either expansion or equilibrium or decay. So the very fact of the manifestation or coming into existence of an entity brings it under the influence of the three modes of nature, and you cannot even conceive of an idea. You cannot even conceive of an idea without bringing these three things into picture. Whenever there is a manifestation, even for an idea, if you bring in an idea, it can either expand or it can be in equilibrium or it can decay. So the existence itself, the existence in this nature in itself implies that you are coming under the influence of the modes of nature. Only when you go into the unmanifest is it possible for you to be free from the modes of nature. Otherwise you are always under the influence of the modes of nature. So even all of these deities that we think of, right, I mean, even if we think of our gods or our deities, even they are under the influence of the mode of nature because they are manifestations. They are still manifestations, and manifestation in itself is under the mode of the influence of nature because it has to interact with its surroundings. And you can understand it, and one idea can become very popular or one deity can become very popular, so that is rajas, or it can be in equilibrium, that is sattva, and then it could also go into decay, which is tamas. So everything is under this mode. Basically you can look at all the physical phenomena. A chemical reaction in itself, a chemical reaction is like that also. It will first expand, then it will go into equilibrium, and finally the activity will decrease because all the constituents are basically going back to their original state. So chemical reaction happens like that. All the activities happen like that in this entire creation. A nation first expands, then goes into equilibrium, then finally it goes into decay. Any activity basically in this nature will have this sort of phenomena. It could be in equilibrium at some point of time, it could go into expansion at some point of time, it could go into decay at some other point of time, again it can go into expansion, then it can go into decay. So these things keep on going. You look at every entity, any nation, any religion, any institution, any idea, any physical entity itself. Look at our body itself. It basically expands, then it goes into equilibrium, and then it decays. So every entity in that way is under the influence, because as soon as it manifests, it has to interact with its surrounding, and when it interacts with its surrounding, it can only interact in three ways: expansion, equilibrium, or contraction. So that's why whatever is manifesting in this world, whatever you know exists, whatever you think is there, whatever exists will be under the influence of the three modes of nature. So that was the message of this shlok. I hope that I have explained this shlok well to you. With that, I'll close this video. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.